Well, that's no good. Welcome back to the channel. So my daughter, I'm not sure if the episode will air before this, after this, probably after this. Her little Ford Focus, the transmission, the transmission control module went berserko. A friend of mine told me it was gonna happen. You can't get one. The dealer's parts are back ordered, been back ordered 3.5 years. So a friend of mine pointed me in the right direction, get an aftermarket one. Problem is the dealer won't play with it. So we're gonna figure it out ourselves. So in the meantime, we got our new buggy and we just need to clean it up some. This came from an estate, super nice lady locally, got it. So we're gonna clean it up and put a new radio in it. So let's get to it. We're just gonna give it a quick clean. Well, we're gonna give it a thorough clean, but let's just start a little touch up and then we'll throw another new radio in like we did with our Suburban. So let's go dig into this critter. So we're gonna work on it a little bit. Right now, just the wheels. I'm gonna take you in and show you what we got and then I'll show you what it looks like after. Check it out. They're all full of brake dust and cocky. This one's kind of the same, not as bad, of course, the back brakes, but yeah, let's dig in. It's like 792 degrees today, so that's kind of all we're gonna do right now, just because I'm anxious and wanna see it, and then we'll pick up on the rest of the truck. So it's time to jump into my daughter's truck here. We wanna get the backup camera started. So I cleaned up the wheels the other day, those came out awesome. Got the new sneakers, we still gotta clean the rest of it, but let's jump on this radio install. So I'm gonna show you how we're gonna put this backup camera in this 2008 Ford Expedition. So pretty nice old rig, but she's got a horse trailer, so she wants to be able to haul her smelly horses around with this rig. So backup camera will be super helpful for her. So I'm gonna show you what we got to do in the back here. I'll take you around actually. We got a little deconstruction going on. So the first thing you got to do is there's supposed to be like 2 screws or clips in here that hold this plastic trim, because we got to get that camera in here up down through. So we're gonna have to get these clips because for some reason they're missing in this truck. But first thing you got to do is take those clips out. We can close this, and then this truck's all electric, so we got to open the lift gate, and then once the lift gate's open, we'll go disconnect the battery so we can work on it. But I found that if you don't do this first, you can't open it without the electricity, and it creates a fiasco. So take those clips out, open it up, we'll disconnect the battery. So get that, and then we're gonna start tackling this trim removal. Take all of this trim off. So this should just pop off, and then we got to get the wire from behind here out through this little boot, and then through the trim, down, tail light again, up to the front. So just did this on our Suburban a month or 2 ago. So we'll see how an Expedition goes. So let's see if we can get this trim off without destroying anything. A couple of screws here to pull out. Off nice and easy. Don't want to go crazy with anything, break anything. That's good. Just gotta leave it kind of flop there. I don't want to take the piston off, and I gotta find a stick or something to hold this. So I think we're good. Get this big kahuna off. These clips sure hold really well. Right, I guess I'll let go of that thing. Yeah, that's in there good. Well, I think we can work with it like this. I'll show you what we got going on in here. Let me get another light. So this chrome piece, we got to take this off because the camera will mount here. We want to bring the wire up here. So my plan is to get this off. So there's 4 studs that hold this on. We want to get those studs out, or the nuts off the studs. And then we'll pull this critter out and then make a little groovage here for this wire to go in, and then we can get into the trunk and run this cable around. So they're way up. They're way up in there. You can see them. They're right there. Boom, boom. So 4 just like that. So we're gonna reach up inside there. We're gonna reach up inside there, get those babies off, and then see what we can do for surgery. That was actually pretty easy, way easier than I thought it was gonna be. I was able to get my arm right up in there. So I got the little chrome piece out, gonna clean up behind there. And then this piece right here, I'm just gonna take a little round file. This is plastic. So I'm just gonna gently file a little round notcholina in there for that cable to slide up through. And then we'll utilize this grommet, push those wires right through. We'll be good to go. So let me clean this up, probably put a little polish on here. We'll get this back together and have the camera out here ready to rock and roll. Let's go. Nice. So all we have is this little bitty wire, and I found that I think this is gonna be the perfect thing, chainsaw file. Not something I use very often anymore, but we got them still. I'm just gonna try gently filing a little. Perfect. You can see it. It's the perfect little notcheroni right there. This should be all we need. Just give it a little more maybe. We'll get that poke through, put this right back together. Sweetness. So all I did is just poke a hole in a grommet with a big old awl, shove the wire right in there, a couple screws to hold the camera in temporary, and we'll secure this down, line that wire up, and we can get to routing that wire through the rest of the way. Oh, it's getting dark and the lighting's getting pretty poor, but I wanted to show you what I got going on. So there's a little boot here. So I just popped that boot out, and I've got the camera wire and the power wire for the trigger there. So it's gonna get that through this hole, through this boot, and then get it in here. And obviously this is too short, so I've got a little bit more wire. I'll just extend it and get it over here into the tail light. So that's it. I just want to show you the in boot. We'll snake it through above the headliner and get it on down there. So seems like this is the biggest pain of the whole job, really. Get this in, it'll be smooth sailing. All right, now see if we can get this in there. 10 times, rich not high. Easy stiffness. I'm just going to tape a long tie wrap on there to help jam this through. Your friend, leave an end. Always leave an end. All right, let's get this baby through there. Whew. That was fun. All right, we got that through. Tape these other conductors on. Beautiful. There we are. We're in. Buggy here. We did it. Snap back these grommets. We're stylish. Yeah. Like we were never there. Love it. All right, so we're gonna splice these on, extend these critters, and let's get them down into the tail light. So one little tidbit I want to share is I'm buttoning up this trim. So there's these little trim pieces, hopefully you can see them, on the sides of that wraparound trim. You got to take these out, put them back on the trim, and then put the trim back in. There's no way you're shoving these critters or the trim back into these things and then getting it up there. Found that out the hard way. So it's gonna pop these out, put them back in, boop, pop the trim in, and then you'll be all set. That was definitely something I just learned. All right, let's get this finished up and then we'll get it tied into the tail light. This is what I did up in the tail light. So I drilled a hole, put a little eye bolt there, got a little groundito, and then there's this little vent flappy thingy here. So I just took the bottom holes and ran it through there so I didn't have to drill a hole. Tapped on, spliced on, green with a looks like a brown stripe was the one that we identified. Karina came out, helped me, put her foot on the brake. So we're good. So we're just gonna put this back together and then we'll run that cable up front. And I think we're gonna call it quits for the night. All right, let's get this back together. So this thing has the factory sub in the back here. So I was able to pull this access panel out, pull the cup holder out. They all just unclip. Routed the wire down through, down here, and now we're at the door. So we just got to bring it up front. So let's just pop this couple pieces of trim there, and we'll have it up front and be set. This is really easy. This makes it easy. Boop, right through, and we're in. All right, so it was a success. So all we had to do here was pop that trim panel off. The same up front here. That trim panel, just got to pop that one back in. We've got it up by the toe kick, up under the dash. Tomorrow night, we'll tackle the radio. So I got another JVC from Crutchfield, the same one that I put in old Susie, our Suburban. So it looks like this one will be super easy, plug and play. Camera's in. We'll see you in a sec tomorrow. All right, we'll see you. Hey gang, we're back the next day. So I've got everything out here on the table. Again, I got this from Crutchfield, just like we did with Susie, our Suburban. So we got the same exact radio. We've had pretty good luck with it, so figured we'll just stick with that one. And once again, did the pre-made harness. So this is really, really super helpful. Like, it's supposed to be plug and play, so we'll find out. I'm sure it will. We're pretty good with the one in Susie, the Suburban, and everything's been working great. Well, the antenna adapter, RCA jacks, I'm not really sure what they're for. And then it's got a big old box that the radio mounts in. So I'm thinking there's probably like 15 extra parts that we don't need in there. So yeah, that's about it. So get this ready. Let's climb in the truck and we'll start tearing apart the bezel. I'll show you how that comes off. It's really super easy. We got that camera in last night, so the worst of it's done. Hopefully the rest of it's just kind of plug and play and should go pretty quickly. So let's hop in and see what we got. So let's open this up. So I opened up the pre-made wire and harness doodads here. Not really sure where everything goes. So let's see what we can figure out. Oh, the microphone. I forgot we got to get the microphone in for the Bluetooth. A USB plug. We know that now. Okay. I'm starting to figure it out. I'm remembering. So let's put this thing back in the frame first, then we'll go to that. So we got the double din doodader. So I don't know why it comes with this bar, but we got to cut that out carefully. Okay, that's clear. And the other cool thing too is it came with a single din, and I got an idea. I might make a box for old Fred, because I need a new radio in that, but I don't want to cut the dash up, so I might make like a little floor console thing and put this on an angle. It's got a little cubby hole action, and then be able to mount the radio in there. I don't know, just a thought. So I'm gonna hang on to that. To mount this baby, we're gonna orient this thing properly. Okay. Bracket installed, ready to go. So let's see if we can figure out some of this wiring. That's easy. This is easy. All the low-hanging fruit. Sub input. I do not know. We'll find out. This thing here. Steering wheel controls. We got to find a place to put that. Let's look at the instructions a little bit. And we'll get this microphone installed. Let's dive in. All right, gang. So I think I probably have it figured out. I think. I don't know. We'll find out. I think I do, for the most part. So there's these wires here that I don't think we need. I'm going to double check that, but I'm pretty sure we don't need those critters. These harnesses are made up. This unit is for the steering wheel control. So we just got to hook this wire up with the remote control wire on the radio. That's all we need. The parking brake is integral to this harness that they made for us. So we just got to plug that in. Microphone in, camera in. That should be it. We got our old USB plug out. We'll find a way to get that out there. But yeah, that's it. So let's make these couple connections on the backup camera wire, and we're going to tie them together like we did in old Susie, the Suburban. So that goes there too. So let's get these babies in and we'll get this critter installed. So the first step, we just got to pull this little frame off, and I just got these, our old Harbor Freight grabby doodadders, and we just got to kind of grab it and find a place to grab it. And it should pop right off. It should. There it goes. Just nice and gently. I don't want to break anything. It always freaks me out when pulling these things off. Come on, buddy. There we go. Yay, and nothing's broken. Sweet. Okay, so all we're gonna do is just unclip plugs just so we can get this out of the way. Squeezy squeeze. And there. Woloski. So we just gotta get a socket. It's a little bitty, I don't know, maybe 7mm, something like that. So go grab a socket for that and we can pull this bad dog right out of here. 7mm indeed. Whoa, that popped right out of there. What do we got here, my friends? There it goes. Okay, we did it. Let's go play with that new radio and see what we got to plug back in here. So I got the microphone in. I got it tucked way up above. I tucked it in. And then I pried this out, got it tucked in there, pulled this weather stripping back, and there's a big old groovage. So I got it down in there, and you can see it right here. So I'm just gonna continue bringing that down. I'm gonna bring it down here in that little groove right there. I'm gonna get it in there, and then we'll get it up here to the radio. So let's get that in. So we've got all 7,000 wires in here. So let's gotta figure out this antenna wire. Big old harness. So that's the low hanging fruit. We'll go after them first. Beautiful. Should be 3 of them. And trois. Where's trois? There's trois. Okay. Our old UBS cable, USB cable. They're the money people. Wrong folks. I think I got a nice spot. We can bring that and like, whoop, double back tape it like right there. We have the backup camera. Camera in. Boom. So Crutchfield gives you these easy posi twists or something they call them. So I'm gonna just take these, strip a little more of that critter. And these backup wires, I'm tying all 3 together. So I don't blow anything up. It worked on old Susie the Suburban, so hopefully it'll be okay here. So you just twist them together, and then you just stick them in here. Then you take the other end of this thing, screw it together, and it like compresses them in there. It seems to work really well. I mean, you can't pull them out, it's tight as can be. We're gonna call it good. These other connections are made, the backup, the emergency brake doodad. So this has a goes into. So I think this goes in here. It does. It actually works. Okay. Now we can jam this end in here. Done. So let's just review everything. Make sure we don't have everything hanging. This controller, that's set from Crutchfield. Wiring's done. Backup camera, brake. Let's jam all this stuff in here. Almost forgot. See that? It was buried in there. The microphone for the old Bluetooth. I don't want the hamster driving around talking on her phone. Defeats the whole purpose. Ta-da! Look at that. Nice. Look at that. Thing of beauty. So I gotta clean this and plug this in, and we'll hook up that battery. Set there for the memento. Make sure we don't have any issues when we start it up. Moment of truth. Let's do this so we don't kill the battery. Stand by. I'm gonna go get a phone and a cord. All right, look at that fanciness, huh? Let's go to home. We'll set the clock. clock adjust. The year is 2023. August. What day is today? 17. August the 17th. 6:41 p.m. Boom. Whoa, fancy. You can do all kinds of things. Look at that one. Alright. The hamster can change it. Sure, I'll agree. There it is. Let's try plugging the old phone-a-roo into the old USB here. Unlock phone. Alright, CarPlay is up. And there it is. How cool is that? How about some No Shoes radio? We've got music! Well, that's no good. The reverse light comes on with a brake. We gotta do some work. Let's pull it out and fix that. Something wrong. So take two. So I just did a really dumb thing, I'll admit it. Was working too late last night, I guess. And I even had Karina come out and test the brakes for me. I hooked the backlight to the brake wire instead of the reverse. I don't know why, but I did it. Too late, that's what I'm claiming. I was working too late last night. But anyway, it's working. I don't want to get a hit. I gotta shut this off. Talk over it. Stop! Stop! Volume down. Volume down. I'll get hollered at by YouTube. Okay? It works. So let's put it all together. We'll wrap it up. We'll dump the oil in this thing, change the oil, wash it, clay bar it. We're out the door. Not bad. Oh, we gotta check the camera. We never checked it. Okay, it doesn't come on anymore with the brakes. That's good. Look at that. And we've got it. Fantastic. Okay, let's put this baby back together. All right, she's all fluffed and buffed, so gave it a good bath. The paint feels like it's all overspray and cocky. So I'm gonna do the old clay bar action. So I'll give it a good clay bar, the whole thing, and then paste wax it, and then she'll be good to go. So I don't know if you've ever done this or not, but boy, it works nice. At first it's like, what the? You can even see the gook coming off of it. And just let the clay do the work and keep kneading it. Like a loaf of bread, I guess. But this is what I've done, right or wrong. Seems to work really well. So it's nice and smooth. I can feel it. And I'll keep kneading this, but let me just show you real quick. We'll get this clean. Some boogie woogies in there. Get them boogie woogies out. But yeah, just look at this little area. You know, it's nice and smooth. And get all those contaminants, all that crap that's in here. We'll get it off, and just look at that clay bar a little bit. Ew. So we'll do the whole thing, clay bar it like that, and then we'll put a coat of wax on it. And she should look like $1,000,000. So I think the kid will be happy. She's excited. We'll drop it off this weekend. All right, I'm gonna get to it. Got a lot of clay barring to do. Never seen a clay bar get this dirty ever. It's just like mud coming off of it. It's really weird. Got the boss helping us now. We're just gonna keep at it, keep heading around the truck here. So usually after I get done, so we got it all clay barred, by the way. Got the whole thing clay barred, it's all tightened up. But normally I would take the regular Meguiars paste wax, and then I, you know, wax on, wax off. Kind of go around the whole thing and do it that way. But this paint's so dirty, I'm using the old Meguiars cleaner wax, and it seems to be working really well. It comes out nice. I just did a little section right here as a little trial. But I just kind of work it in by hand. Nice and easy. juice. I'm a fan of by hand. I'm afraid of machine. Every time you see someone, unless they really know what they're doing with a machine, you see all the awful swirl marks, and it's just bad. And I find to get a much nicer job just by hand. Gotta do a little area at a time. See what this old paint comes out like. It's looking good though. Just set this down. Do a little bit at a time. Work it out. Well, you know, nice and smooth. It's not bad for, I mean, it's a 2008, so it's pretty old. And it's coming out nice. It's going to be a pretty rig. So I'm just going to keep on, waxing off here, get this thing done. And then the only thing really we left, Karina did all the leather and all the inside, greased that all up, so we're good to go. So it's just waxing it. We'll wash the windows. I'll take it outside and I'll show you what, show you all what we've got, what it came from, and what it is. So I will see you in a little bit after I'm done waxing on and waxing off. All right, we'll see you in a sec. Thanks. Hey gang, well there it is, all done, all spiffed up and foo-fooed up. It looks pretty good for a 2008. After we clay barred it, cleaned it all up, put a good coat of wax on it, cleaned up the inside, polished the wheels all up, new sneakers. So it looks good. This was a fancy rig back in 2008. But they got the big Nitto grappler, whatever. So she can haul her horses around, take those little ponies wherever she wants to go, all on her own. So it's got a few scratches here and there, but for an 08, and look, the inside is beautiful. Got the Apple CarPlay, Bluetooth, so she's all good to go there, not to worry about that. Plenty of room. It's a nice rig. So we're pretty excited to bring it up to her this weekend. And then that Ford Focus she had there, we got to figure out what to do with that. We've got to file in with claim to Ford and all this baloney to hopefully find a part. 3.5 years back ordered. It's just kind of crazy. Well, look at her. She looks pretty snazzy. Good running old truck. Perfect. So hey, want to thank y'all for watching, subscribing, all that good jazz. We really appreciate it. Until the next one, y'all take care and we'll see you super soon. Thanks. What's next? I'm not sure. Thunderbird? Probably Thunderbird. And then we got a bunch to do with Fred because we're taking Fred on another road trip next month. All right, we'll see you soon. Y'all take care. Bye. It's pretty good. I like it.